Okay, I thought I would share with you this morning what I'm going to make for dessert today is vinegar pie. And of course you start with your very hard, homemade, carefully planned out crusts. I'll come back in a minute and show you how to put this together. Now I usually wouldn't dish this stuff out in separate bowls. I would just go straight into the mixing bowl to save the time, but I wanted to show you what this looks like. So we start with a cup and a half of sugar, 4 eggs, a tablespoon and a half of cider vinegar, or you could use white vinegar. In with the eggs, I've also got a teaspoon of vanilla, and then a couple tablespoons of cornmeal, which is not called for in the recipe, but I think it'll add something to it, and then a 1/4 cup of butter. You just put that together in the big bowl and mix it up. It's all mixed up. And since this second pie crust is bigger and has a little more room in it, I'm going to add some pecans to this pie to turn this simple vinegar pie into a version of a pecan pie. And into a 350-degree oven for 45 to 50 minutes. And we'll see what they look like. Just a peek in the oven to see how they look. They're raising up nicely and browning very beautifully. We've got 10, 12, 15 more minutes in the oven left. Okay, timer's off, so it's time to get these out of the oven. Let's take a look and see how they are. Okay, I use a digital thermometer, which the point is kind of like a toothpick. So you can check it that way whether it comes out clean or not, but you can also tell by the temperature. And this pie is definitely going to be done. It's going to run at the and you see when you pull that tip out, it's still nice and clean. Now the other pie with the pecans was a little larger pie, and so I put it back in the oven because it wasn't quite up to temperature. Okay, well they look pretty good. So now the hard part. Got to wait for until they're completely cooled, which is going to take an hour, maybe a little longer. So then we'll come back and cut into it and see what they look like. While we're waiting for this pie to cool down, I've decided that I want to make a whipped topping. And since this pie is going to be so incredibly sweet, I'm making a non-sweetened whipped cream using heavy whipped cream. And then when it got close to being done, I added a few tablespoons of sour cream to it to make a still nice, flavorful whipped topping, but with no extra sweetness, which will kind of help complement the pie without making it cloyingly sweet. So I added, in my little blender cup here, I put 8 ounces of milk. Well, not milk, the heavy whipping cream, and then whipped it till it was nearly to the full stiffness that I wanted it to be. And then added about 4 tablespoons of the sour cream and continued to mix it together, and it makes a delightful whipped topping to complement a sweet pie. Okay, well, this pie is cooled down. It's not totally set, but it's cooled down enough to get out of the pan a little bit. And I gave it a taste before I got on here to share with you. And then I was right, that nice sour cream flavored whipped cream adds a real richness and pleasant complement to the pie. I cut into the pecan pie because I'm going to take the other pie with me to Diane's this afternoon. I don't want to have a part of a pie on that. And I've had it before without the pecans. But anyway, quite delicious, simple, easy, fast, literally about 5 minutes to put together, and then just the baking time and the cooling time is all there is to making this pie. Hope you try it sometime. Happy Thanksgiving to you.